is up, my homies, and welcome to my woods. And one thing I do a lot is obsess over specific pieces of media for around a month. Once the month is over, the obsession will start to die out.
And then I am absolutely disgusted by that same media. For only a short time, then the cycle begins again.
This is my personal definition of hyperfixating, and I've been doing it for almost my whole life. During the month of April, I'm going to take you through my most reoccurring hyperfixations, anywhere from ranking to reviewing, and well, just talk about them. Welcome to Hyperfixate April! Enjoy! Man, I'm still getting used to teleportation. Why am I wearing a sweater?
I'm incredibly hot and sweaty.
This is the only piece of Pokemon merchandise I own. I used to have a Pokemon hat from like X and Y. I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna quickly... There we go. We got my classic Uncle
Grandpa.
Today we're going to be looking at Pokemon card stuff. These are some of my favorite Pokemon. My awesome, shittily painted custom Mewtwo, my first ever tin. We got my Pokemon card collection. Yeah, this video is all about my hyperfixation about the Pokemon TCG. Really, Pokemon altogether. I've been playing Pokemon almost my whole life. As a kid, I was obsessed with the cards, and I kind of had a re-hyperfixation at the end of last year. And if you're a fan of my channel, you already know that because I made a video about it, I made a short about it, and I had a segment in the Christmas video about it. So you guys know how much I was obsessed with the Pokemon TCG. But in this video, I wanted to show you my collection up to date. It's really the showcase of how far my hyperfixation went at the end of last year and early this year. I also had some people asking me to show off my collection, so I'm gonna do it in this video. Originally, this segment of Hyperfixate April was literally just gonna be me opening some cards. I'll show you what I recorded. We have a... What is this pack? What is this tin called? An epic clashing of past and future. Iron Leaves, Metacham, Cutiefly, Poltergeist, Ducklet, Aggron, Sunflora, oh god, Fione, Caspikid, Togepi, Bellibolt, Trevenant, Toadscrool, Seismitoad, Thundurus, ooh baby, yeah, we got an EX, a holographic trainer card of the worst champion in the Pokemon series. Literally, I opened this Infernape box like a week later. 3 of the 4 boosters were full arts, and one of them was a rainbow full art, and I wasn't recording. I need to count how many I have of each region, all 9 regions, plus regional forms. The regional forms, the last regional form is exactly enough, and it was like... OCD, my OCD was so happy that it fit perfectly, and I didn't have to get a 4th damn card binder for like 10 Pokemon, but I'm gonna have to do that when Legend ZA comes out at the end of this year. But let's not worry about that. I opened a booster. I opened this booster. I'm just gonna stop myself. I went on to yap about a bunch of crap for like 15 minutes. Yeah, it was bad. One of the things I talked about was how this video is going to be structured. Here's the concise version. I need to actually count how many cards I have from each region, so when the guy at the table starts to count them, me, the voiceover guy, will jump in with footage of my collection for that specific region. In my voiceover, I'll talk about my favorite Pokemon card I have for that section of the binder. I'll also tell you my favorite Pokemon from that region. Then I'll finish the segment off by showing you the Pokemon team I used during my 2024 Pokemon Challenge for that generation. And then I'll give an MVP award to one of the Mons on the team. I'll repeat that for all 9 of the generations, and then you'll find out my final collection total. Now, without any further ado, let's begin. The very beginning. Out of every generation, I have the most cards in Kanto. Probably because they just have a boner for Kanto, so they make a million cards for it in general. Who knows? What I do know is that my favorite card for Gen 1 is the Rainbow VMAX Mew. I literally just got this card, and again, I wasn't recording. My first ever Rainbow card, and on top of that, I actually needed Mew for my collection. As for my favorite Pokemon in Kanto, that would be Nidoking. I've used him so many damn times. While not my favorite design, he's just really strong in every single game he's in. And as you can see, I used him in my yellow playthrough. He is definitely the MVP of U's team. For Kanto, I have 102 out of 151, which is about 67%. I love Johto, especially Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But when looking through my collection, I realized I don't really love many of the Mons. That being said, I love this Houndour card a lot. Not only because it's one of the first full arts I got right as this hyperfixation began, but because, I mean, look at them! They're dogs! They're cute! What can I say? My favorite Pokemon in Johto is definitely Ampharos. Electric is my favorite type, and I've always loved this funny sheep's design. I've used him in-game a couple times, and he's always treated me well. But sadly, I couldn't use him for my team in Crystal because he's not in that game for some reason, even though it's Johto. So I used Miltank, and yes, she's the MVP of Sage's team. I used her as a joke at first, but god damn she was really good. Use Miltank. Alright, for Johto, I have 59 out of 100. Now, Hoenn is amazing. One of my favorite generations. It also has many great Mons, and I have some great cards too. But my favorite is a bit unique. It's going to be this Aaron card. Why? Well, this was my first ever Pokemon card. I got it from some person at my elementary school. I had no idea what Pokemon even was, but I cherished it. Made obvious by how I wrote all over it. My favorite Mon in Gen 3 is definitely 100% Blaziken. It was my favorite Pokemon overall for most of middle school, so you know it's special. Naturally, I use Blaziken in my Emerald playthrough, but he isn't the MVP of Cosmos' team. That would be Whalerain. I got a Spheal super late in the game, but despite that, he became a crucial part of the team immediately. I love this seal boy. He is a ball. Wait, no, that's Spheal. I love whales. Seals. Fuck. For Hoenn, we have 69 out of 135. I believe 135 is correct. Sinnoh is also amazing with some pretty great Pokemon. I had to pick between a couple different cards when choosing my favorite. After some back and forth with the voices in my head, I decided that this Roserade card is my favorite. Yes, another one of the full arts from the recent Infernape box. I chose this card though because of the art itself. The greens are just really pleasant on the eyes. And it's also a trainer gallery. It's just cool in every aspect. I didn't even need to think for a second of what my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon is. It is Luxray, because Luxray is my #1 favorite Pokemon of all time. I love his design, typing, and his moveset is just great. I mean, he's cool as hell. Just look at him. And you bet your sweet Bippy I use Luxray on Aster's team. Are you kidding? And because he's my favorite Pokemon of all time, he's also the MVP. You can call that nepotism all you want, but it's my video, so you can bite me. You should subscribe though, and like the video and share with your best friends, please. Luxray is awesome. For Sinnoh, I have 62 out of 107. Unova is also great. Game Freak was on a hot streak around this time. Unova was the newest game when I was really into collecting cards as a kid, so most of my Gen 5 cards are older and more nostalgic than the rest of my collection. Despite that, the decision was not hard. This Victini V card is my favorite. I love the colors and the look of the card. It's also part of a pre-built pack, so it's pretty strong too. And the other reason I love this card so much is because Victini is my favorite Unovan Pokemon. I'm not really sure why, but like 5 years ago, I just went, hey, I fuck with Victini hard, and this cute and cool funny little guy just became one of my favorites. My Black 2 playthrough was the first time I've ever done a full monotype playthrough. I used only fighting types, and it was fun as hell. There were a lot of challenging parts for sure, but overall I kicked ass. And for that reason, I'm giving every member of Tulip's team an MVP award. They all pulled their weight equally, and I loved all of them the same amount. In Unova, I have 99 out of 156. 3 less than Kanto. I got super close. Kalos has the lowest number of Mons in the series, with many of them being stinkers. But I still do love Kalos, don't get me wrong, I love Kalos. But this is the only gen where I don't have any eye-popping cards or full arts. So I legitimately had a hard time choosing my favorite. I ended up going with this Delphox card. Why? Well, because I love Delphox, and I wanted to give her some love. Because everyone hates this starter. But it's honestly one of my favorites. I also like the art on the card too. So obviously, in my Pokemon X playthrough, I used Greninja. And obviously Rose only had 5 Pokemon on her team. And obviously, the MVP is Tyrantrum. Why? I don't know. This is my first game of 9. I played it over a year ago. I barely remember it. He's cool. I don't know. Just move on. Oh wait, I forgot to say my favorite Pokemon. It's Sylveon. All the Pokemon in this region are forgettable except Sylveon. Fuck you. Fuck Kalos. I fucking hate you! For Kalos, I have 50 out of 72. Now, Alola, I absolutely love. I watched every single announcement video all the way up until Sun and Moon's release. So this entire region holds a special place in my heart. Now, I have a couple cool cards for Gen 7, but the choice was so damn easy. It's this absolutely amazing Radiant Charjabug. First of all, I really like the Vikavolt line, but Charjabug Shiny is beautiful, and orange is my favorite color. It just looks so damn good, and sometimes I forget that I have this card, and when I see it in my binder, I'm just like, ooh, Radiant Charjabug, ooh. As for my favorite Pokemon, I cheated a bit and chose a regional form, because I can't say my favorite Alolan Mon and not have the answer be Alolan Raichu. I fucking love this little floating rat guy. He's so cute, and he has such a cool type combo. If I had to pick a non-regional form, I'd choose Ribombee. It's not my favorite, but I like Ribombee a lot. But I didn't use either of these Pokemon in my Ultra Sun playthrough because I'm special, and for some arbitrary reason, I didn't want to use the same Pokemon as my rival. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this playthrough was also a really long time ago, and I cannot remember who the best Mon was. So fuck it, I'm doing it again. All of Clover's team is MVP. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, nothing, so fuck you. Alright, for Alola, I have 51 out of 86. I'll be honest, I don't like Galar, like at all. Both the games and the Mons. It's honestly my least favorite region. Despite my opinions, I have a crap ton of full arts, V cards, and EXs. So I had a lot of sick cards to choose from. The choice was still easy though. This Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX card. It's a mouthful. I mean, look at it. I wasn't even obsessed with the TCG when I pulled this. The Pokemon gods were like, ah, what the hell, here you go. This may be the best card I own, despite me not even liking Urshifu. Like, at all. Urshifu's a stupid Pokemon, and I have this guy. My favorite Pokemon is Dracafish. Why? Well, I used him on Snapdragon's team. He's strong, powerful, and he's kind of funny looking. That's about it. But he's not the MVP. That would be Vespiquen. Dude, she's awesome and the best bug type ever. She just, destroyed every single Mon with no issue, and she swept through the entire Elite Four or whatever the fuck it's called in those dumbass games. I fucking hate Sword and Shield, but Vespiquen is awesome, and he's now in my top 10 Pokemon, but I didn't include her in my talking about my favorite Sinnoh because I fucking love Luxray, but be Queen, sweet! Sorry, I really like Vespiquen a lot. Yeah, I like
Guys, I'm going crazy. This video is taking so long.
In Galar/Gen 8, I have 44 out of 96. Welcome to Gen 9, and I actually played it for the first time last year. Like everyone else, I have lots of opinions about it, but this video is long enough, so all I'll say for now is
Squawkabilly.
I have a crap ton of normal and cool Gen 9 cards because all the cards I've been getting the last 6 months or so have been from Scarlet and Violet packs. That said, I looked through all of my Gen 9 cards and I have to go with this amazing shiny Wugtrio card. I don't like Wugtrio as a Pokemon at all, but this might be my favorite card that I own. The background is beautiful, the blue contrasts with everything around it so nicely, and it makes me so happy to just look at this card. And my favorite Pokemon, surprisingly, I have to go with Screamtail. I've loved its design ever since I first saw it when Fisher, aka Lurberg, played the game in our dorm room. It's just so cute, yet so dopey looking. Sadly, I couldn't use Screamtail since it shows up so late in the game. As for the MVP, it was a tiny bit hard to choose because everyone pulled their weight equally. I'll have to say overall though, Garganacl is the MVP of Ren's team. I love his Minecraft freaking Iron Golem ass design, and he was pretty strong as well. For Paldea, I have 69 again out of 120. As said before, Alolan Raichu is my favorite regional form. But if I had to pick my second favorite, I would pick Alolan Executor, and I refuse to elaborate further. I'm breaking the rules of this segment because I'm not picking a regional form card, I'm picking this Gold Ultra Ball. This is the only gold card I own, and I don't even remember when I got this. It was when I didn't really care about the TCG, and just like the Urshifu, some deity out there said, hell, here you go. It's just a really cool card that I own, and I wanted to show you guys. Alright, so I don't have a regional team because that doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to show you guys my dream team. This is the team I'd use if I lived in the Pokemon world and had no restrictions. And yes, I do have 7 Mons, because I can do what I want. And the MVP would obviously have to be Alright, I have 24 out of 58 regional forms. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I have 629 out of the 1,083 cards I need. And that 1,083 comes from 1,025. That's what the Pokedex final number is as of now, plus the 58 regional forms. And I predicted that I would have at least 62% of the cards. And I'm about to do the math. So 629 divided by 1,083 is... No, my prediction was wrong. I have 58% of all the cards I want to get. I hope this shows you an accurate representation of my hyperfixation with Pokemon. Both how many cards I had to count, all this, and what I talked about in the voiceover. I love Pokemon. It's one of my favorite things ever. It holds a special place in my heart, and I go through phases every year where I get obsessed with the Pokemon game. In fact, I'm doing that right now. Even though I played 9 games last year, I'm currently doing my best to do a playthrough of Pokemon Black with only water types. It's incredibly challenging, but I'm going through a phase right now. That's a perfect example of my hyperfixation. My Pokemon TCG hyperfixation has kind of died out a lot, but that's only because scalpers are going crazy at Target, so it's really hard to get any cards ever. So it's kind of died out, but it'll come back. And I will finish this collection. I will update you guys with Pokemon card openings. I'm going to do them more often in short form. But anyway, that's going to end this episode of Hyperfixate April. I hope you guys are enjoying the month so far. And I will see you next week. Have a good day. Bye!